Hey, what's up? It's Gene Clark. I'm coming to you from Self-Development Quest, and I want to talk to all of you today about your 2020 New Year's resolutions, your goals for 2020, and how most of you have probably already given up 6 weeks into the year. But let me tell you, if you've already given up, or even if you've already achieved them, you're doing it all wrong anyway. So many people at the beginning of this year, they were like, ooh, new year, new me, new decade, time to do new things. But what we didn't do, what at least I haven't seen anybody do, is set goals for the entire decade. And I think the real problem with that is, I heard Gary Vee talking about this. It's, we think we can do more in a year than we actually can, and we don't believe we can achieve as much in a decade as we actually can. So I want to give you an example using myself, because today is a very special day, because 10 years ago today is the day I met my wife. And so 10 years ago, nothing. Single guy, just graduated college, no full-time job, nothing. And in the last 10 years, I'm going to give you a rundown of all the big things that have happened in my life. So here we go. Met my future wife, got a full-time job at a bank, I got engaged, I quit that bank, went to work for a different bank, I bought my first house, I got married, my mom passed away, I traveled to a foreign country for the first time, I quit the second bank I worked for, went to work for a third bank, I road tripped across the Midwest with my wife, going to see a bunch of our friends that lived out there. I went on a trip to Europe and also went on my first cruise while we were there. We had a baby. We sold our first house and bought our second house. I had major surgery. I left the banking world and started a new job with my current employer. I had a second kid. I got a promotion at work. I went to Disney for the first of many trips. I went on a Disney cruise after multiple attempts of it getting canceled, whether because of weather or because we got pregnant or whatever the circumstances were. But doing that meant me and my wife have traveled internationally with kids. I got another promotion at my job. My first kid has gone to kindergarten. I started a YouTube channel. We sold our second house, which allowed us to pay off all our debt. And then we bought a third house, so we got back into debt. And then we achieved a net worth of over $100,000. And we got pregnant again. I say we, and I mean that. We got pregnant again with baby number 3. You can't tell me that all that are little things in 10 years. 10 years ago, if you would have told me that, I would have not have believed you. I didn't want to travel internationally. I like the US. I figured, hey, let me see all 50 states before I go to another country. I wouldn't have guessed that not having any relationship, 10 years later, I'd be on track to be expecting baby number 3. I wouldn't have thought that I would have become as much of a Disney fan as I have become. So just so many different things. I wouldn't have thought I would have started a YouTube channel, but here I am. Here I am coming to it with y'all. So I think we're all selling ourselves really short, and whether you're on track to hit your New Year's resolutions or whatever your goal is for 2020, I want to challenge you to think bigger. I want to challenge you to set a goal for the 2020s. Set multiple goals for the 2020s. I want to look back personally at this video 10 years from now, and I want to accomplish a number of things. I'm going to rattle them off to y'all. You hold me accountable, and I want to look back at this video and know that not only did I accomplish all the things I listed here, but I accomplished even more. So let me give you some of the things I want to accomplish within the next 10 years. I want to start a side business. I've got something in mind right now. I've always had something on the side, never anything major, but At the moment, I don't have anything, and I've got a really good idea of something I can do, and I'm not going to put it out there because it really isn't relevant, but I think it'd be something really big that maybe one day I'm able to quit my job and do it full time, but that's not really the point. The point is just to diversify, get another source of income, and do something that maybe I have a little bit more passion for. Number 2, I really love real estate, really into that. I want to have a couple of investment properties by 2030. I want to have a couple of different investment properties and continue investing. Again, another stream of income, adding to the net worth. Number 3, I want to get back into my healthy weight range. Probably right before I started YouTube, I had hit a goal I'd set for myself, and just, man, over the course of the last year, I have gained some weight. Thankfully, the flu helped me lose 5 pounds. That was fantastic. Unintended silver lining there. Wouldn't wish that on anybody, but I'm trying to see the positive in that situation. So we're down 5 pounds. I think if I could lose about 10 more pounds, I'd be right at the top of where I'd want to be, but I got some more weight to lose there. Number 4, I want to give more to charity. We give a decent amount. It's not the level we want to give right now. And again, having those other streams of income coming in, that's only going to help us there. Number 5, I want to get in front of an audience outside of YouTube, and I want to get on stage. And whether that is give a speech, some sort of motivational speech, some kind of self-development talk, or something I've always wanted to do is do a little stand-up comedy routine. I don't have it as much on YouTube, but I am funny at times, and I do have a few bits that I like, I can entertain people with. So if I can hone those skills, get those good, I'd love to do either of those. Number 6, write a book. I think with the Commonplace book I've been keeping, the notes I've been taking from the various books I've been reading and keeping up with, it really is inspiring me. And I don't know if it's the book specifically or just topics that are really speaking to me, that I'm really passionate about, but I'm coming across the same concepts over and over, but not necessarily that the book is focusing on those. So I think I've got some material. I think I've got a great message I could write and share with everybody. So that's something I'd like to do within the next 10 years. Number 7, back to the health category. I want to get more sleep. There's been a lot, especially trying to make YouTube videos, especially trying to get up early some mornings and either journal or for a while I was going back to school, so there would be classes, trying to study. I was not getting nearly enough sleep. So I want to make sure I'm getting at least 6 hours of sleep every night, and I want to average at least 7 hours of sleep. Can't go wrong getting plenty of sleep. Number 8, I want to read 300 books over the next 10 years with a minimum of 20 books a year, and 1 year I want to hit at least 50. Just my personal goals, but that's averaging 30 books a year. So 10 years, I want to do that. I can say that I'm already at 7 books. So we're well on our way. We're 6 weeks in, and we are well on our way to hitting that number for 2020. Number 9, I want to have a net worth of over $1 million. I think if I've got a couple of investment properties, I think if I continue on the track I'm on at my current job, add in having a side hustle that's able to bring in some significant income, I think that number is very attainable. So that is a goal of mine as well. Then I've got some fun things. I want to take a sports trip, guys trip. I've got one son, second son on the way, and then I've got 2 brother-in-laws and my dad and my father-in-law. I think it would be a lot of fun to do a guys trip whether that is to spring training or go to the Super Bowl or go to an all-star game, college football, bowl game, playoff game, something like that. I think that would be a lot of fun. I'm in Atlanta, so we have a lot of things here. Not as much fun as going on a trip to do those things. So I think bringing everybody together and bringing both families together could be a lot of fun. Yes, and I can't forget my nephew as well. So yes, two older guys, 3 guys the same age, and then 3 kids come along. I think that could be a lot of fun, memories for a lifetime for everybody. Next, I want to learn how to play the saxophone. I know how to play the drums. I know how to play a lot of percussion instruments. I wanted to learn saxophone when I was younger, never did, and it's just something that's always stuck with me. So I'd love to learn how to play the saxophone. I want to exercise 2 to 3 days a week. I'm bad at exercising. I'm bad at motivating myself to get out and exercise. So again, going back to that health category, just making sure, staying there, 33, and definitely need to be taking better care of myself. So if I can establish those good habits, eating better, sleeping better, exercising more, staying in a lower weight range, all those things, that's going to have long-term benefits. So those are on my 10-year goal list. Next up is I want to be more present. I want to be more present. That's I don't know how that can be measured, but I think that's just something you know, whether you're being more present or not. If I'm at home, I don't need to get on my phone, be on Facebook, get on YouTube or anything. Spend more time with family and friends when I'm around them. And then when I'm alone or not doing anything, hey, that's the time I can zone out and I can do whatever, watch some YouTube videos or get on Facebook and just mindlessly scroll, things like that. And then I got 2 more goals. One, I've got 7 different trips that, not that I want to take all of them, but they're big trips, and I'd love to hit at least 4 of them. We're big cruisers in my family. I'd love to go on a Canadian cruise. I'd love to go. We've never gone on a week-long cruise with the kids, so I'd love to do a week-long Eastern Caribbean cruise. Love to go to Disneyland. We've been to Disney World a bunch of times. Love to go to Disneyland. I'd love to go to Disneyland Paris. I would love to do something I've never done, something my wife has never done, is a winter vacation. Go somewhere where we can stay at some kind of lodge, go skiing, play in the snow. Never done that, so that's something on the list. We'd love to go to Hawaii, stay at Aulani out there, the Disney resort, because hey, we're Disney people, that's what we do. But either way, go out to Hawaii, have some fun there, and then take a road trip to DC. A lot of great museums. Got the young kids, I think we can get them really into U.S. history if we take them up there, go to all the different Smithsonians, all the different monuments. That could be a fun trip. So I want to do at least 4 of those over the next 10 years, and I think a lot of those are very possible. Some of them might be a stretch, but hey, if we're doing everything else, maybe we can hit all 7. I don't know. And then last up, I can't say necessarily we would have this completed within 10 years, but I would love to renew my wedding vows, and my wife agrees with me. We'd love to renew our wedding vows on a Disney cruise. Now, 10 years from now, we will be married for 18, going on 19 years. So next year is our 10-year wedding anniversary. So 11 years from now, we would be hitting our 20-year anniversary. I think that is probably when we would plan on doing something like that. I don't know if we'd do it for 15. We're definitely not doing it for 10. But if we could at least have that in the works, in the process of being planned, that would be awesome. But those are my goals, or at least those are some of my goals. And I wanted to share them with you because some of them are pretty easy, pretty basic. And some of them are thinking a little bit bigger, dreaming a little bit bigger. And 10 years ago, I wouldn't have believed you if you would have told me all the things that would happen in my life between then and now. And so to think about what can happen between now and then, now and 10 years from now, I don't even know. So dream big, think big. That's what we need to do. So if you haven't accomplished your New Year's resolutions, if you've already bailed on them, it's not too late. Start over. Start again. But think bigger. Think bigger. Dream bigger than how you're dreaming right now, because you can accomplish so much more than you think you can. You can accomplish so much more in your life with whatever your definition of success is. You can be that and so much more. So get out there, reevaluate your goals, set bigger ones, and set that timeline for 10 years from now. And let me know in the comment section what those goals are. And let's come back to this video in 10 years and let's see if we accomplish those goals. Thank you so much for letting me share this with all of you. And please, please hold me accountable for these goals. Every year I'm going to come back and I'm going to update everybody on these goals, where I stand. And I hope y'all join me on this journey. And I hope you got a little bit of inspiration from this video. So I will see y'all next time. Sorry. We'll edit that out.